Hey, it's me, Unapologetically T, and I am here with my last video, and then I'm gonna go eat. But I wanted to do a video on generational wealth. I have talked about so much generational trauma in my bloodline, and I've talked about generational trauma in my bloodline that manifested into my life. I haven't even told all the generational trauma that I have endured or that my ancestors have endured. However, I am getting to a point of my healing where, like, I'm processing and I'm feeling good about it. I'm getting to a point of my healing where when my anger and my rage bubble up, like, I let that shit out, and I call justice on those that God tell me I can, and I literally keep it moving and transmute the energy and try to share it too, like, so that you can see that your ass ain't crazy. Like, a lot of us be kirking out behind closed doors. Like, you ain't crazy. Shit feel like that. Sometimes you need to just go outside and yell in the backyard and get that shit out. Like, sometimes, like, when I get my property, I will be, if you piss me off, I'm going outside and I'm going to yell in and put that shit into the universe. I'm going to go off outside in the privacy of my land. Like, I am going to do that. I will be going to give it to the universe, the trees, all that. Like, okay, they gonna know what you've done. So I'm learning just not to have shame and guilt about how I show up, how I feel, any of that. I'm learning to accept when I'm wrong. I'm learning so many beautiful aspects to make me a healthy individual, and I just thank God for my growth. No, I laugh at this shit because, boy, if you think I'm insane now, there was a time that it was worse. So literally, I'm just thankful for my growth, and I'm thankful that this is one of the things, like, so I made a vision board, and I haven't shared my vision board with y'all because I literally wanted to wait until all of the pieces of my vision, start to manifest and come true in the physical realm, which I feel it. Like, I just feel so happy and blessed, even with the fucked up shit that's happening, because I'm not gonna let nobody steal my joy. But I still gotta feel my feelings. Like, I was so conditioned to ignore it and numb out. So I'm thankful for that. Like, I'm thankful for that. I really have been thinking about, like, when I build my house, like, I will have a room where there's an anger room. I'm gonna have a meditation room where I have my altar and I meditate and all that stuff. Like, I just have so many visions, and I know that they're gonna come true. I don't even question a lot of stuff anymore. Like, I don't question that I'm gonna find the love of my life. I've already found the love of my life within all that. Like, it's such a great feeling. It's such a great feeling, and I wish everyone could feel this. But I guess, like, everybody want what they want, and they want different things. And so, like, for me, on my vision board, like, literally the number one thing I wanted was healing. So I kind of organized my board in a strategic, methodical way. As above, so below, so within, so without. So, like, the things that are on the left and the right side are things that are outward things. It is how I would love to, what work and what I would love to put out into, the world. And so I'm not gonna tell everything, but, like, I've always identified as a humanitarian, and even though I didn't have the money and the accolades for it, like, literally, I would touch lives. I would help people with bills. I would help people with money. I would help you get to point A to point Z, and I've always wanted to help people, and I've done that. And I'm proud of myself that I did it at this level that most wouldn't recognize is humanitarian work, but it is. Like, when you help humans, that's being a humanitarian. And, like, literally, I have made an impact and a difference in this world. I like it. It's funny, I think I've said this before. I don't know if I have, but I definitely know I've said it to myself. And it was like, if I was to die tomorrow, like, I literally would die happy, because my number one thing was to leave a mark and a legacy on this world. Like I when I hear Beyonce's "I Was Here," like that shit just speaks to my heart. Like as a little girl, that was one of the things like I always wanted to do, even down to like she just saying certain shit in that song. Like it was just like eerie and just in a good way though. But it's just like that's all I've ever wanted, was to leave this place better than what I came here and it was. And so hold on one second. All right, yeah, my bad. I had to talk to my kid. So literally, you know, it's just this inner peace that I found. But like I have, you know, set it up where it was, and when I did this vision board, like I did it from a soul and a heart level. So like I didn't even always understand the pieces that I was putting on this vision board. I literally went online and, you know, searched all these different things that I wanted to see and feel in my life. Some things I had to take off the vision board because I got the vision board laminated, and I will keep that vision board, and it is going to go in my meditation room, because that is a pivotal point in my life where I realized I dictate how my life is going to turn out. And I wasn't always knowing that I had the power to do that. Like, I always knew that when I set goals for myself, like, it ain't nothing nobody can do to stop that shit. However, I didn't always know that I was worthy of more. And so I would always think that I was unworthy. So, like, this vision board means a lot to me, and I did get it laminated. And so that's how much it means to me, that I want to keep it. I don't even want it to, like, wither. And I want it to be for my kid or kids, and literally they can see that, you know, anything you put your mind to, you can have. So saying all of that, like I have, you know, that I want to be a humanitarian, like give back to other people, but this part I want to be it on a grander scale. So like literally I've always been that person that people came to for help. I've always been that person that will reach out and try to help someone just because I, you know, feel intensely and just want to make this place a better place. And I always wanted somebody to be able to save me, help me out, and all that stuff. So I always try to be that in somebody else's life. So that is a component on there. And then on another end of the spectrum is like, you know, my spiritual advisor business. That came true. That came true. I have that, and it is literally a sign that says spiritual advisor. When I first started the business or was thinking about the business, I never knew what it was going to be about. But when I did my vision board, I literally did my vision board, and I had strategically, I guess, like I feel like always when I do shit, like it's like Glorilla's song, like let her cook. Like I don't always know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it all the time either. Like I know some people might be watching and be like, well, where is she going next with this? And it's like, shit, I be surprised myself too sometimes, you know. And so I always say, like, you know, God flows through me, and sometimes, you know, you just getting some extra little help. And definitely the spirits and the guides, the spirit guides, all that stuff, like ancestors, you know, angels, all that. Like, so literally that's already come true. I have that business. But it was other stuff like, you know, speaking opportunities, writing a book. I've shared that with y'all already, so I don't mind sharing some stuff that I already shared. Yeah, there's a lot of things on there. It's a lot. It's a lot on there. It's a lot on there. That's a big vision. And I guess that's why I've been having to go through this processing. I actually think this processing has been very fast. Very fast for the vision I have. But one of the things above and at a core, it was family and healing. So above and at a core is family and healing. And then at that bottom end of the spectrum, it was like, you know, that external love from a partnership, from a husband that has done their own healing. Like, you know, like we can come together and we can heal together, but you've also done a level of healing on your own. It was a lot of things put into that, what I wanted in a partner. And before I even did what I wanted in a partner, I was heavily focused on what I wanted myself, and self-love was a big one. I never loved myself. And so like self-love has been a big one for me, learning to love for and care for myself, learning to put myself first and not feeling shame and guilt because I'm putting myself first. Learning to be a mother and not being a mother from a place of guilt and shame. Literally just relearning some things, learning new things, and just putting in all this hard work to be a better person. I have literally been able to see this with my own eyes come true, and internally with that eye, that this, I am being transformed, I am being healed, I just feel different. It feels different. It doesn't matter if I had days where I'm fucking rageful. Like, the fuck? Like, I should be enraged when certain shit happen. Like, that rage and anger is a protector. Like, you just gotta find out what to do with it. As far as crashing out, like, shit, I grew up on crash out culture. I seen that shit the other day on Instagram. Girl was like, all the Atlanta music was like crash out music, like Knuck If You Buck and We Ready. If you outside of the club, you think of a punk, something like that. You know, we ain't never scared. I think that was Bone Crusher on it. But like, just so many songs, Pastor Troy, like all them niggas, like I grew up on that shit. Like we grew up on crash out culture. We grew up on fighting. Like we grew up on like, hey, you disrespect, like we gonna fight. I grew up on crash out culture, and I had to learn, like, you know, what to do with the anger now that I can't lay paws on people. Like, and I probably should not be laying paws on people because I probably would hurt somebody, like, really, really bad. Like, really, really bad, because there's a lot of pent-up anger and frustration inside of here from all the abuse that has happened. And so I'm really not a good person for nobody to be fighting. Unless you are trained and skilled. So, and I'm not saying that on no boastful shit. I'm just saying that on some real ass shit. Like, you most likely aren't gonna hurt me. I can take a lot of physical pain. Like, I literally be finding new shit that be on me, new scars and shit. I don't even know. I ain't even feel that shit when it happened. Like, because I react to pain differently because I have endured so much physical pain. I've endured so much fucking internal pain. And even though I said, yeah, I tried drugs, but I did this shit raw. Like, I only tried hard drugs a couple of times. Like, I never did that shit every day. I never did it every day. So I've been living life on raw. Like, I've been living life on raw. I never drank every day after college. After I had a kid, like, that shit was occasional. Like, that shit was some social shit. But I've been doing life on raw. And when you do life on raw, sometimes, like, that shit just affords you, like, a crazy pain tolerance. And so, literally, I am learning to feel my feelings. Finally, that was one of the most painful experiences too. Like, it was like waking up and somebody had like just was like chest punched me and was like, bitch, here your feelings go. it was like and I remember the situation that happened, like the situation that like made me realize I do got feelings. Like, and I was like, why the fuck do I got feelings when it comes to this situation? Like, all this other shit, like, I'm just, you know, I don't got none. I'm cool. I'm lackadaisical. Like, oh, that shit don't bother me. And it was like, this one situation is like, oh, well, bitch, got feelings. You just hurt my feelings. Like, it be weird. It be weird how life just works out. Like, how life just works out. It was like, just, bitch, take your feelings back. Because they're a lot. You got a lot of them. And start pretending you ain't got no feelings. Here you go, bitch. Oh, this shit hurt. And so I remember that day. I'll never forget that day. I felt my feelings. I tried to ignore my feelings. I think it was like a 2-day delay on me feeling my feelings. And I just remembered, once I did begin to feel my feelings, like, I cried so hard. I cried literally all night just about. And I cried so much I couldn't breathe. It hurt. And I was like, I don't want to feel this again. And it's just like over time it continues to happen. And it's like, okay, well, shit, this shit is here. Like, I'm gonna feel my feelings. I don't never want to be numb again. You got feelings for a reason. And I thank God that God gave me back my feelings. Like I'm thanking God that God gave me back my feelings. Like that was dope. It was painful though. It was painful. And there were different aspects where like I had feelings throughout this healing journey before that situation happened, but I think that's when it was like, bitch, this ain't just a little bit. Like you gonna keep these this time. Like you gonna have these feelings. And then there was a moment where like, all right, well, you keep looking for love outside of yourself. Like, bitch, sit down. Sit down. The love is in you. The love is in you. The love, you are the love. You are the love. Like, I am the love that I've been out here giving. I needed that for me. I literally was out here loving people from a place of where I wanted to always be loved, and I wasn't giving it to me. And so I just had these different moments and situations. That's why I love the spiritual journey. It's a dope experience. But literally had these moments where I had to sit down and I had to feel my feelings. I had to heal these areas and feelings and understand these feelings. Like, I never grew up where I could understand and put words to these feelings and stuff. And now look at me, I'm making poems about my feelings. Making poems. Oh, I see. I love these goddamn birds, bro. Like, this is just so dope. Anyway, like, these animals be protecting me. Like, it be funny. It be cute. I love them. I love everything about this world besides the rotten, toxic shit that's running us. I look at it as like parasitic and viral. Give and don't give back. I mean, get and don't give back. So I literally just have been afforded this healing journey, and I said this video is about generational wealth, right? And so sometimes we look at the money, the things, the resources as wealth. One of the things on my vision board was that I wanted, and even before I created this vision board, I remember like when I was at my job, and this was before Dante had passed. Like, this was before he had passed. It probably was like October. It was sometime. I can't remember exactly, but you know how you got to constantly change your passwords through the work job so that you don't get hacked. I had just changed my password to like, I think it was healthy, wealthy, and healed. And I had the number 8 because, like, for me, 8 had represented like forever, infinity. And so I just found it so fucking comical that when all this shit started to crash down and happen, like, I was like, oh bitch, you had predicted this. Like, but you wasn't aware. Like, you wasn't aware, but your brain was already telling you that it wanted to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. I mean, healed. And so, like, a lot of us think of wealth as just the material things, but I think of wealth as being healthy, as being healed, as, knowing what to do with things. Like, wealth is not just the things. Wealth is being abundant in common sense, wisdom, obedience, discipline, just all these different things. Like, you got to be wealthy there first, or you'll have all the things and you won't know what to do with it. The things will fucking dissipate. They'll be gone come tomorrow. So on the vision board, I have different forms of wealth. For me, wealth equals a healthy lifestyle. Wealth equals being healed. Wealth looks like generational wealth. So generational wealth, we speak of generational wealth on this 3D realm as having the resources that will carry on throughout your legacy. So like, this money, these things, these properties, these assets will live long into your family lineage. They'll be here even once you're gone. I want the same thing outside, but I want it inside first. So I wanted it inside first, because if I get it on the outside and I ain't right that's just a distraction. That shit is going to distract me from what I already needed to do. So literally, I have been afforded that. Like, I've been afforded this healing that I needed to do internally. And then now I'm starting to see it manifest outside of me. And it has been a beautiful, magical experience. Like I said, the feeling is so fucking dope. Like, I just be so fucking blissed and happy sometimes, even with all this chaos and confusion going on. Like, I've never been able to feel like this, and it be healthy. It has always come from these external things that would bliss me out for a moment, and it's like, well, when can I get that again? And now it's like, I don't have to search for that shit outside. Like, I could feel that shit inside. I could just go tap in, and it's there. But yeah, I had generational trauma in my bloodline, but I have yet to tell you about the generational wealth that runs through my bloodline. Like, I am royal. I have the original mother DNA inside of me, and so do you. We have the mitochondrial DNA from the original woman. Passed on. Literally, I am a royal. And not in the sense of how a white man has twisted and distorted how ancient cultures did royalty. Literally, they have heavily skewed and manipulated what that looks like. But I am a goddess. I am so much. And that's why sometimes I'll say things and it's just like, I am. I'm just am. I'm not one thing. I'm so many things. God made me that way. And that's why you'll see me be able to have my hands in so many different things and areas in life, because that's just how my brain works. That's how my energy flows. Like, I have so much, like, I need to do things. And I'm such a creative person, and I had to, like, do you know how miserable? That's why I would be depressed. Like, I was so miserable. I wasn't creating anymore. I was just stuck trying to be in a system that didn't value me. But I wasn't creating anymore. I had to go to the loony bin just to figure out that, like, art is therapy. Art is literally sometimes the therapy you need. Art is literally creation. Creation is what man was supposed to do. We just wasn't supposed to create abominations. We were supposed to create things that made life better. We were supposed to utilize the resources around us to make life better. Life is free. The only fee for life is not taxes. You shouldn't have to pay a subscription to live on earth. Your fee was to cultivate and nurture the earth. That was your fee to live here. Your fee was the labor that you would put into to having a home, to getting the food. That's your fee. That's your fee. Your fee is you have to put something in to get something out. Your fee is not what they have made it to be. And it's like, once you become more connected to yourself and to this world, like, you start to realize a lot of this shit is social constructs that they made up so that you can stay stuck in a cycle and feed them your energy and your money and resources. Your resources are free. The water runs on this planet free. The air is free. We fucking it up, but it's free. Nature is free. Food is free. It grows. It grows in nature. If you cultivate the land, it grows. Food is free. The only fee is your labor. The only fee is your labor. Humans were not meant to fucking work like robots. Like, I mean, we can. I've proven that, and so many others have. We can. We can be function off some supernatural shit. God give us the energy and the strength. Like, but does that mean that is the best way of life? No. You'll burn yourself out. Hi. I don't want you in, but you're beautiful. I've been seeing you lately, but I've never seen you before. But you're really beautiful. The color is like so beautiful and natural. And you can stay there as long as you like. Just don't come in the window. Okay? Oh, he's gone. It was a beautiful little bug. Like, I mean, it was like, I don't even know how to explain the color. Like, the color was out of this world. It's amazing what you start to see once you just start to slow down and like be one with nature, like certain things will start to come to you. I talk to them. They don't understand my English, but they understand the vibration of love. Like, they understand that. They understand the vibration to get the fuck. They understand that shit. So, literally, got to touch grass, got to get out of nature, got to be in one. That's my generational wealth. To be able to return back to nature, that's where it started for me. Nature. I used to love to climb a tree and just look down on the earth, look up, lay in the tree if the branch was big enough. I was a climbing little girl. Like, if it was a wall, I could climb a wall. I could scale a wall like Spider-Man. Like, I would jump off buildings. Like, literally, I remember we had like a building that was like in our neighborhood that was like kind of like desolate at first, and then people started like to buy the property and kind of work on it. But like prior to them working on it, like I would climb the wall, and like it had to be about good 6 feet tall. Imagine just me being just little. Like, that was a lot. I used to remember feeling like my ankles like taking a toll and my knees taking a toll sometimes, depending on how I would land. And so I was like really hyperactive. I used to spin in circles just to tire myself out. Flips, cartwheels. I never was good at like backflips and all that shit. I was scared I was gonna hurt myself. But I was really active. I love skating. I love jump roping. I love double dutching. Once I figured out how to do it. I used to be like with double dutching, I used to be scared of how to like jump in. But then I found out how to do it, and like I would love to return to that. We need to bring back our games. Our hand games. Like, did y'all know that like we do that culturally? Like, it's not just one culture that does these things. Like, we all original people was doing these things, and so culturally you'll see it in other people's culture, and it might be called something else, it might be other words to it, but it's the same hand gestures. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. I literally had to have powerful people in my lineage. I definitely know that I am born to, a lineage of Jesus, of Mary Magdalene. Like, I know I'm born to that lineage. I know I'm born to a lineage of God. Like, I know that. You can't sit here and tell me I'm a child of God, but then don't want me to know that I have that shit in my DNA. Like, that's crazy that you would tell someone this and then make them feel crazy if they speak it. But literally, and even outside of having, Jesus was the ascended master. Mary was the ascended master. Like, literally, even outside of having these ascended masters in my bloodline, and it's more than just them. I'm tapped into a lot of different cultures through my bloodline. Like, I have a bloodline right to it. That's why I can do a lot of these things, and it works for me, and it wouldn't work for always the average person. You gotta always know, what your lane is and what's your limits. For me, I have to know what my lane is. So it's just that I feel like my lane is whatever I want it to be, as long as God allows me to do it. So, I say that to say, like, even outside of knowing that my bloodline is ancient, that my bloodline is tapped into stories that have come to this earth, and I say stories, I mean the people that have come to this earth. I come from a long lineage of those people who have came to this earth and tried to change the vibration of this earth. I just know it. Like, I know it. I just know it from my own character and my own heart. And I know what I'm being told. So I trust me more than I trust anybody this day and age. Like, literally, I've had to learn that. Like, trust you. Trust what you are being told. Trust what you got going on. Oh, you're pretty. Now I got a tiny, tiny butterfly in here with me. So cute. That is so dope. Butterflies don't really come around people unless they're good-spirited. I like that. So, it's like really in here with me. I ain't showing it. I'm gonna keep it private. They said don't want to be on camera. So I literally come from this family of people who aren't, I can know, and there aren't in ancient time. Like my grandma Lula, her name was Lula Bill. Oh my God, when I met her, so special. Like, just knew as a child that she had just a special spirit, and I just clung to her. I remember I met her my first time at a family reunion, and I just clung to her. I was just like, I was just on the side of her jeans, and just like, protect me. But like, I loved her spirit, and I loved being around her. And my great grandfather, she was my great grandmother, and my great grandfather, his name was Benny. Looked like gorillas. Looked like he was straight one of them niggas. And she looked like she was, she was probably like native, but black passing, and but it's all error in what we're saying. Like, you had Native Americans that were dark. Like, darker than me. You had Native Americans that were red. You had Native Americans that were palish. You had Native Americans and people all over this earth, different fucking colors, different shades, white, black, red, brown, yellow. You had people of all different shades before we had this whole concept of race. People went by nations and tribes. So literally, all this whitewashing gotta stop. It just gotta stop. It just gotta stop. So both of them was black. That's how I'm gonna say this. Both of them was black, indigenous to somewhere. But yeah, my great grandfather, he definitely looked like he looked like he was a Zoe. So like, definitely. And my grandmother, she definitely was one of those spirits where, like, very kind-hearted, but definitely could tell she didn't play. One of the reasons I know that they were highly intelligent was because they were one of the people after, the 40 acres and a mule. She got her land. So that let me know that she was intelligent. That she was connected to, some people and some things, because she made sure that she got the land for her family. And I literally always look to her as one of the people in my family lineage on my dad's side, and my grandma Sarah, that I love. Hold on. All right, so what I was about to say, but I just know that, like, and then on my mother's side, like, literally came from people who literally was about that life, and they also had land, both sides. So definitely came from bloodline of people who made a lot of atrocious mistakes. The hate and the pain that was given to them, a lot of them continued it, but there are a lot of ones in my bloodline who definitely, broke cycles within their own times, and I want to pay homage to them. I don't know them. Some of them come to me, and it's weird because I can find information about them depending on how they want to show up and how they want to address the situation. Like, some of them don't want me to know who they are, and that's their right. And then some of them will literally give me signs and synchronizations to find their names and who they are. And so, like, that's actually dope. I really do find that, like, cool. Like, this is magical. But and it is, life is so magical. But my generation wasn't just plagued by generational trauma. My generation was plagued too by generational wealth. It's just been stolen from me, and I've been fighting tooth and nail trying to get it back. But now I ain't even fighting no more. I'm letting it come to me. I'm allowing it to find me, because obviously what does have it, it doesn't want it to have it. So literally, my generational wealth is my bloodline. It's in my bloodline. It is me. My generational wealth shows up when I decide to love myself, when I decide to show up for myself. This is internal, and then it becomes external. It becomes external. I got a bloodline full of them people that was about that shit. Like, I have a bloodline of people who was willing to sacrifice for a team. I have a bloodline of people who didn't want to give up. Do you know how many people it takes to make sure that you are here? It takes so many motherfucking people to make sure that you got here. This is a relay race. We're in a relay race. These people before us literally sacrificed, made mistakes, did good things, did the right things so that you could be here today. And so I had to focus on my trauma because that's something I never focused on. That's something I never focused on. I've always put things and people and my accolades, you know, well, not really my accolades, because I kind of like skipped over that. I kind of felt like I was just doing what I was supposed to be doing, but you know, like, nah, what I did was crazy. What I did was crazy. I had a baby. I was in college and had a baby and literally took no break. I literally was in the hospital pushing my baby out doing homework. I literally was in the hospital and got, you know, out the hospital probably like in 2 days, and literally went back to class that day. That next day that I went and took a test and aced it. And I literally graduated with like a 3.7 GPA and could have probably done better had I not had Dante attached to me. I had nothing but anchors attached to me. Like, I literally was anchored down. And I still managed to elevate. I still managed to do this shit. Like, I never took a maternity leave. And I still was a mother. I still came home. I made sure that my mother did not do stuff like give my child a bath. Like, my mother was just to watch my child and feed her and goo goo gaga with her ass. Like, the bonding shit, like, that was me. My mom got to bond with her as a grandmother, but I got to bond with her as a mother. And I tried to make sure that was blatantly clear. And I literally would. I would work my ass off, and I would go to classes, and I would come straight fucking home, and I would be with my child. I did have moments where I would go out, but I still didn't go out a whole bunch. I had no life a lot when I became a mother. And I wanted to sacrifice to show her that she could be whoever she wanted to be no matter what. Like, these children don't stop you from living your dreams. Society stops you from trying to live your dreams. Society tells you that if you had a child that your life is over. Why do you having a child make your life over? Like, why does that kill dreams? Society don't want women to know that they are one of the most powerful beings on this planet. It's laced in patriarchy. Of course they don't want you to know who you are. But also, women, we have to know that, yes, we are so powerful, but we need to stop eating good men. We need to stop eating good men. Just eat the bad ones. Eat the bad ones. Do it for a cause. God damn it. But anyway, generational wealth, power, knowledge. I have so many birthrights to a lot of things. And it finds me. It finds me. It literally finds me. Like, I literally be interested about certain things, and that information will find me. I've been really, like, you know, focused on like the Yoruba teachings and stuff, and pieces of information will find me. And I love that. I love when that happened. Like, when I would have a thought, like, this has been happening to me since this journey started. Like, and it probably happened to me in the past. I just wasn't paying attention to it. But like, now I'm like really connected to myself. And like, when I have a thought, it will find me. If I doubt something too much that's meant for me, I will lose it. I will lose it. So literally, you know, you got to be intentional about your thoughts. It's not just your body you're feeding. You're also feeding your soul. You're also feeding your consciousness, which is your mind. Like, you're feeding all of these aspects of you. I made a poem about it. I done made so many poems, I can't even tell you, you know, what's the name of it. It might be mind, body, and soul. I don't know. I really don't know. Could be food for thought. Who knows? I guess if you want to know it or see it, if you think about it hard enough, it'll find you. But yeah, I have so much generational wealth that I now am gaining access to. And it has been a beautiful experience. It has been so beautiful. And I used to feel like I can't wait till I have the love of my life. And it's like, I already have access to that. And I'm trusting the process. Like, the love of my life be with me every day. Like, the love of my life be with me every day. The love of my life is me. The love of my life is literally with me as we speak. Like, the love of my life is always around me. And so it's pretty dope to see. It's been pretty dope to have God first. That was a big part of my vision board. Like, I just can't wait to reveal that vision board to y'all, like, so you can really see. Like, but one thing I want to say is, you can't have a vision and not stick to it. Like, we talk about consistency, and a lot of people think consistency mean that you have to be the same. You have to show up the same every day, day in and day out. Consistency actually mean that there will be days that you don't feel like it. There will be days that you can't. But consistency means that you will not get distracted from what you're meant to be doing, and that you will pick yourself up and do it again. You will try again. You will stick to this thing, no matter if you do got to take a break out, if you do fall short somewhere. That is true consistency. True consistency is not that, oh, I'm gonna post every day at the same time, and and if I don't, then, my world's going to fall apart. True consistency is that maybe my goal is to post every day at the same time, but yesterday, shit didn't work out. It don't even have to be anything extreme. It could be that, like, mentally I was drained, and I'm not going to post today at the same time. But tomorrow, I'm going to show up and I'm going to post. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again on this goal. And so consistency isn't the lack. Consistency isn't someone OD showing up the same. Consistency, to me, and how it's been afforded for me to view it, is that no matter the distractions going on in your life, you are going to show up for you. You are going to show up for this goal that you have set. You are going to do this thing. And that means that it can look different. But consistency just means you're not going to give up. No matter how it looks, no matter what distractions, you're not going to give up. Consistency is knowing how to pivot. Consistency is knowing just not to give up. And that doesn't mean that you're going to show up the same every day. It just means that you're going to show up. So maybe you didn't post that day, but maybe you still made the content. Maybe you just didn't edit it to post it. So it's like, consistency is that I'm still showing up for myself, but it doesn't have to be the same every day. It just means I'm not giving up, no matter how it looks, no matter how it feels. So if you do have these visions and you have these dreams and they're coming to you for a reason, but they do come with a cost. The cost is your hard work, and that looks different for everybody. This was hard work for me that I had never done before. And so I have done hard work in labor. I have done hard work in literally overexerting myself as far as energy. Like, this was hard work that some people would probably look at softness. And now I'm starting to see it as softness and ease, and because I've gotten adjusted to it, because this wasn't my way of life. But it was hard starting out. There are hard moments still. And I think that's the problem when we have these visions and these dreams. We think this shit is supposed to fall out the sky and it's just supposed to be easy. And it's not. It's not going to be easy. But the goal is to get to the point where it feels better. It's the best for you. You realize this is what's best for you. And so, as they always say, your new life is going to cost you your old life. So there's a lot of pain in letting go of what you used to know, or how you used to be, or what you used to do. I used to beat up people, but I had stopped anyway. My sister was the last person I had to beat up, and that's because she came to my house. That was disrespectful. And when I made the video about that story, I said I was wrong. I'm not fucking wrong. She came to my house after an argument without having permission. Like, literally trying to force me and talk to me crazy about her not paying her rent. Like, bitch, you wasted your Uber fare and you came to my house and disrespected me. Like, and I gave her warning to go. So I don't even feel wrong no more. Like, I don't even feel wrong no more. But when I first started out, you remember I would talk about, like, in past videos, like, I would take accountability for other people's shit. My lips dry as fuck. I hate when it happen. I just be walking around with dry ass lips. I need to drink some more water. That's what it is. And I've been talking for goddamn 3 hours straight. That'll do it. But I be taking accountability for people's shit. And, like, she shouldn't have showed up at my door. Like, she shouldn't have showed up at my door. And I gave her warnings. And then I also got the experience that maybe I should have not opened the door. Like, but then she probably would have thought I was a punk and would have probably tried to do that shit again. And then I would have had to unalive her. Because at this point, it's like, you're trying to punk me. And so, like, I don't know. I don't know if I made the right decision in that situation. But I do know that I had another situation happen where my niece tried to do the same shit. And I mean, she drove crazy miles to get to me. And after we had an argument, it tried to show up at the door. And I guess God was allowing me to not make the same mistake and the same decision. And literally, I didn't open the door and I didn't give a fuck. I could beat the shit out of her. I literally could beat the shit out of her. However, and I don't think my intentions was to beat the shit out of her. I wanted to do something way more evil and I wasn't in the right state of mind. So I'm happy that, you know, God was like, don't open that door. Don't open that door. Because it was a hammer right there. And I just want to be honest with y'all. Like, this is my brain. And I have to combat this shit so that I don't act on my feelings and thoughts. I have to combat it and I have to listen to my inner voice. It's like, don't act on that. I know you just thought it, but don't act on that. And so my internal dialogue literally be saving a lot of people. So you should thank it. You should thank it. God literally be looking out for a lot of people. So, like, literally God was like, don't do that, crazy girl. Like, go sit yourself down. I know she done pissed you off. Like, but just let her be a fool. Let her sit out there. And then, you know, I also had my mother was like, you know, don't open the door. I ain't tell her she can come all the way up here. That was disrespectful. Like, she shouldn't have came up here. This not your house. Like, why wouldn't she ask me? Why wouldn't she ask me before she drive all the way up this road? Don't open that door. And then y'all was arguing too, like, so she came all the way up here. And just to say this, the moral to this story was, guess what? Because I didn't open that door and because I did not feed into her evilness, she literally went back to Richmond and crashed the fuck out on somebody else. And now she's fighting a charge. So the same traps you be setting up for other people, you gonna fall into every time. And so I'm learning how to, like, not respond on those old laws and those old ways that I know. However, if you do put your hands on me, I will not be turning no other cheeks. I will not be doing none of that. Like, I'm not doing none of that. But I'm always told when I say that, like, you're not fighting no more. Like, there's going to be others to fight for you. You're not lifting a finger anymore. Like, use your consciousness. Use that big ass brain you got. Send them frequency waves outward. And so, like, literally, you know, I'm just learning to chill. I'm learning to feel my feelings. I'm learning to relax. I'm learning to trust the process. And every day is different. And some days, you know, I have to go in deeper and be like, God, give me the patience, give me the strength. And God gives it to me. And so I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the spirit team. I'm thankful for the isolation. I didn't like it at first. I didn't want to be alone. I felt like I'd already been alone for so fucking long. Like, but I didn't want to be alone. But oh my God. Thank you. I didn't know what I needed. I know what I wanted, and I know what I ultimately needed, but I didn't know what it was going to take to get what I wanted and ultimately needed. So literally, I thank God for having buffers up for me. I thank God for having, like, if you think about bowling, like having those guardrails up for the little kids that's bowling, like, thank you. Giving me the training wheels on that bicycle. Even though I never had the lifestyle to really, have that. Like, I think I did. Like, but I had like training wheels on like a 10 or 12 speed, whatever the speed numbers. I can't remember the numbers, but I think it was like a 10 speed bike, if that's the thing, or was it 12 speed? It was whatever the bigger bikes was. Like, I never had a little kid bike. Like, I never had a little girly girl bike. My first bike was a green mountain bike and I was like 4, but there was so many older kids in the neighborhood and they was riding their bikes and I didn't have one. So I would learn how to ride a bike from them. And so I don't even think I had training wheels growing up. I just learned how to ride the bike by hurting myself and falling. So like, it's like now I am getting the lifestyle that I should have had, when I was little. I'm being afforded a level of softness, a level of let somebody else do it. Let somebody else handle it. You just let me know what you need and what's, like that type of lifestyle. And it's been dope. It doesn't mean I don't do stuff for myself. Like, it just means that like certain other aspects I'm learning to call shots and relax and allow others to help me. I am learning to accept help, receive love. I'm learning those things, and it's been a beautiful experience. And I think once you start to get to this level of healing your trauma, you start to realize what your generational wealth is. Baby, my generational wealth has been always around me, and always, I think that's why a lot of people was attracted to my light. Like, they knew who I was, or they knew I was something special. They knew I was something different. Some of them knew who I was. And literally, they think they can ride your coattail. And so God ain't gonna let you have what he wants you to have if they're attached to you. So you got to go through these lessons to become unattached. Oh, it's a white spider. That's cool. And I used to like them, but me and spiders are cool. Long as you respect my space and I respect yours, like, we're cool. But I used to be afraid of them. But spiders are dope. Spiders are in the Quran. I love the spider story in the Quran. Like, yeah. The Quran is actually like a dope book. Like, literally. Love a lot of the surahs. Like, so if you ever, if you've read the Bible, I would suggest, if you haven't read the Quran, like, literally read the Quran. A lot of these stories have meanings in them that are helpful. Very helpful. So that was just a side note. But yeah, like, I always knew I was strong. I always knew if I set goals, like, I can meet anybody's goal. I damn sure can meet the ones I set for myself. Because matter of fact, the goals I set for myself are astronomical. And I do it on purpose because I'm the type of person that, like, the regular everyday challenge is not enough. And so I literally have to set these extreme goals, like, so that I can feel challenged in life. And it's funny because my challenge has never been how many poems I could write in one day. That's not my goal. Like, that literally just what's flowing to me. That's a natural talent and a gift. And I'm just learning to utilize it and tap into it and share it with the world. And so that's a passion, and it's fun, and I like doing it. It's a release sometimes, definitely when it's my stuff and it's not just something I'm channeling. What I was about to say, like, so ADHD. All right, so I was literally saying, like, the goals aren't like what you might think it is. Like, I don't have a set goal of how much poetry I'm gonna pump out. Like, I literally just be getting it. Most of the time my poems come in 3. However, once I did do that challenge in April, baby, I was tired of writing poems. Like, and it's funny because, like, when they came natural, it was fine. I didn't feel burnt out. But when you have to set a goal like that, okay, every day I'm gonna do these poems, and then I was backed up. So, like, it's different between this some shit that's naturally flowing to you, then here's a challenge, and this is a topic that you ain't even thinking about, and you gotta, figure some shit out. But it was fun. It was fun. It was beautiful to see how all that stuff was aligning and how beautiful it was, and how I was able to look at these things, because I'm pretty sure, like, my viewpoint and what I chose to write about the challenge was not the same as someone else's. And so just being able to realize that too, like, somebody seen the same topic and we picked two different ways to come at this topic. So I thought that was beautiful. But it's not that. It's not, having a business and making the most money. That's not my goal. My goal was healing. And I think people didn't realize that. Like, a lot of people didn't realize my goal was to heal. My goal was to heal me. My goal was to find love within. I didn't know how to do it, and so I had to make some mistakes, and I had to show the erratic behavior that lived within. Literally had to get that shit out, had to process it, had to understand I don't need that. I don't need to respond and act that way. Had to get a lot of attachments off of me. Attachments physically and spiritually. Literally learned new ways to heal. Like, that has been such a beautiful experience to me, learning Reiki and being able to share it with others. Like, everything I have wanted and needed, I have been afforded. And even the things that I didn't realize I needed, isolation and living out here was one of them. Still to this day, like, I didn't want to be here. But you just don't never know why you're supposed to be somewhere. So the old saying goes, God makes no mistakes, whether you like it or not. Literally, God makes no mistakes. I was here for a reason. It's temporary. It's not forever. It is a temporary, and I'm feeling some feelings around this. I'm feeling some, but I don't want to be here. And so there's a part of me that's still just like, and I think anybody can understand that, like, I just don't want to be here. I am patiently waiting for my real home. Like, and I say that, like, with all, with faith, with understanding that this is temporary. This is not my home. This is, a temporary space that I am utilizing to get to my real home. And it's not even nothing I have to get to. It's just the getting to is healing. The getting to is healing. The getting to is regulating my nervous system. Being back in society. Because I literally felt like I was literally locked up in prison. And then I'm learning now, like, how to be in society without using the ways I used to handle things. It doesn't mean that I won't need to call people out on some bullshit. It just means that, like, maybe I could talk to them with my lips and not my hands. And it doesn't mean that some people won't need to get tightened up. It just means that I won't be doing it. It just means a lot of things. It means a lot of things. It means a lot of things. Generational wealth means a lot of things. It's not just the things. A lot of the resources that people actually want, as far as generational wealth, like, they think just cash money. Cash money is linen. It's like linen, bed sheets. The generational wealth I've always dreamed of was land, was gold, silver, these natural resources, these crystals. And for all you people who think crystals are evil, if you're wearing a diamond ring, that's a gem, that's a crystal. Literally, is it evil now? Literally in your own Bible, it discusses, people having gems and crystals on their breastplates for like war and all that stuff. Like, it gives you energy. It literally is a conductor for energy. So literally, they used to put it in their crowns, all that stuff. Was it evil then? Oh, it's only evil when people use it because you want us to hate ourselves and not elevate. I understand. I understand now. That's why I can't, allow certain people to tell me how to feel, what to do, or what to think. A lot of people are basically living in blasphemy when they judge other people, but they don't realize that. They don't realize that. And I don't think about, judgment on the scale of you making an observation, you stating a fact. I think about judgment as a condemnation. I think of judgment as someone thinking they're above you because you're doing something that they think is beneath them. Literally, chill. Chill. You would hate to have to live that person's experience, and you probably won't even make the decisions that they're making. You probably make worse decisions. Some people, oddly enough, has already been in those situations and still judging people, and it's like, you gotta heal. That means you haven't healed yet. If you lived a similar experience and you are judging someone else that's going through that similar experience, you still got some healing to do. And I say this with love, grace, and care. You still got some healing to do. Their situation is triggering you. And that would mean that you have some healing to do. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to my generational wealth. I am looking forward to all that is to come. I am looking forward to my husband. I am looking forward to having more kids. I am looking forward to obtaining land. I am looking forward to all these beautiful things that I deserve and am worthy of. And it is so much more, but I am so worthy and deserving. And I don't know. I'm just so in love with myself. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, it is. Like, and I just be trying to do these videos to show y'all that, like, it's alright if the other day you was fucking angry as a bitch. That didn't mean I stopped loving myself because I was angry as a bitch. That meant that I was angry as a bitch because that shit won't fail to what just happened. And I couldn't straighten it the way I wanted to. And I had to release my feelings and I had to get it out. But that don't mean like, oh, shit, I ain't gonna keep living my life like it's golden. You are mistaken. Just like there's generational trauma that you gotta break, there's generational wealth that you gotta tap into. So, literally tap into it. I am about to go eat. I have to dye my child's hair. She took out her locks, y'all. She combed her locks out, and I didn't want her to do it, but she did it, and it took her like, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks. It took her 2 or 3 weeks to do it, and so she got her natural hair out again. And shrinkage be real with our hair. Definitely hers is worse than mine. Like, so you can see her, like, if you think like she got like a ponytail or a puff ball and it's her natural curly hair, like, literally that girl hair could be like, once you like pull it out, it'll be down her back. Like, but she did get a texturizer. She got a texturizer in, I think it was 7th grade. We went out, we moved to the county, and I guess she started seeing these white girls, or just girls, period, with straighter hair, and she wanted to have straighter hair. And I'm like, I had a rule of no chemicals. I didn't want her to have chemicals in her hair, not even dye. I would let her get, color weave, but I didn't even want her to dye her hair. So, but she was starting to get older, and I was just like, what better way for her to learn the lesson than for her to, get this and see that this is like, number one, it's chemical and it's poison. Number two, because she had never had a perm before, and she's very tender-headed. So, like, number two, you get it, you gotta keep getting it. It's like crack. So you gotta get it, you gotta keep getting it, or your hair gonna break off. Literally, like, I was just like, you know what, this would be a teachable moment for her. My mother put shit in my hair since I was a little girl, and I hated it because I had a nice grain of hair. Like, the worst part about my hair is that it's high porosity, so like it literally frizzes up very quickly. It loses moisture very quickly, and she really didn't know what to do with it. However, we have similar hair, so I think it's a little self-hatred laced in there. But literally, yeah, she chemicaled my hair up. Anytime my hair would grow, like as soon as she put her hands in it, my hair would break off. Like, literally, my hair didn't start growing until I got older and started, like, literally not growing, but like retaining length until I got older and started doing my own hair. And even still, I haven't been learning to take care of my own hair. So I probably shouldn't have let my daughter do this, but I let my daughter get a texturizer instead of perm or relaxer. Because the perm actually is a permanent curl, but she got a relaxer. Instead of getting a relaxer, I was like, you can get a texturizer because it's a little less chemically, still chemicals though. And my mother gave it to her, and y'all, my daughter hair was fried the fuck off. Like, her hair was breaking off. I hope you can hear me, but her hair like, it was so fried. Like, it was so fried. Like, I couldn't even put heat to it and try to straighten it and all that shit. I was scared it was gonna like snap off. And so she did get to learn the experience, and I was just like, I ain't think it was gonna be this damn bad. Like, but she did learn a moment of, like, she didn't need chemicals. She can embrace her own hair. Like, literally, like, our hair does well with heat, but you just gotta find a good heat protectant to put on it. But like, our hair straightens well with heat. Like, perms, my hair would curl up with a perm like right away. Probably give me 2 days, and the moisture is gonna make my hair curl back up. Her, on the other hand, literally, it didn't work for her at all. Like, it fried her hair. I don't know what happened in that processing, but it literally was not good. So I had to literally get kinky hair just to do a straight look with her. And we just learned that wasn't the route for us. We need to embrace who we are. And then we did the locks. It took a while for that to grow on her. And then I think she just still wanted to she missed doing her own hair. And she's like older now and teenagey, and so I think she's gonna return to it because she's gonna realize, like, it's a lot of work to do the hair. Because I told her, like, if you take these locks out, I won't be doing your hair all the time. Like, I won't. But I am gonna do some protective styles for her, since she has taken her hair out and it has been used to being locked up, and it's a little we got to bring some moisture back into there. I told her I'm gonna do a protein treatment and all that stuff, but we'll do some protective styles for a little bit before we go tugging and pulling on it too much, and all that stuff. So we're there. Her hair is so beautiful. It has grown back. I think that's why I brought up the story about the texturizer. Like, her hair, it looks like the parts of it that was texturized have broken off, and her hair has grown back. It's probably like to the middle, not to the middle of her back, but like to this part of her back, like right here. So it has grown a lot, and the breakage wasn't like that bad. So all the dead hair was mostly the normal amount for if you had your hair locked up for a year. I think she had it for like 1.5 years, almost 2 years. It might be because it's June, so it might be 2 years now. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is see if I could grow our hair down our backs. All it takes is you to take care of your hair. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. Our hair grows really fast. It just breaks easy. My hair breaks easier than hers. Her hair is a little bit more stronger and durable. So I'm gonna get off of here. Just know that once you finish healing that generational trauma, just know that you got some generational wealth to tap into. And all who thought you were crazy and who judged you will get to see you be successful, and whatever that looks like for you. Everybody version of success looks different for them, but they'll get to see you be successful in your own way and own right. And so my success has been the fact that I am healing. A lot of us make it out alive in fucking hellish conditions, but a lot of us skip the healing part. And so we've made it out alive, but we're still miserable. You made it out alive of that environment, but you're still you. You're still miserable. Maybe you're not picking the same people, but you still feel a little off inside. And so I'm happy that I have been healing those parts of me that always felt a little off inside, always felt like they needed to be nurtured, protected, loved, and all that. So tap into that generational wealth. Love is the highest currency on this planet. What you give is what you get. Don't ever think that it ain't coming back to you. I've given so much love. I've given more love than I've ever given hate. And what you put out into this universe always finds you. It always finds you. It always finds you. Never feel like just because you're a good person and you're not seeing instant gratification that it won't find you one day. It will find you. Continue to be you. Continue to do what you know is right. These birds are fucking beautiful. Just being still in nature just allows you to see shit that you don't normally see when you're in the hustle and bustle of things. But that's what I can't wait. I can't wait to be on my porch breastfeeding my babies. That's what I can't wait. Can't wait to have a home birth. Like, those are the things that I want. Like, other people ain't even thinking about that shit. Not all people. But I'm just saying, most people don't be thinking about shit like that. I want the basic things in life. I want the things in life. Like, I want a pregnancy where the husband is involved. Like, the partner is there. I want a labor where my husband is laboring with me. Shit, maybe even the family's there. Who knows? Like, but yeah, I just want things that, you know, always meant something to me, but I didn't have it. And it's not about actual, like, money. It's about love to me. It's about trust, loyalty, honesty. I ain't gotta be looking over my shoulder, like protection, peace. Those things that start out as like intangible ideas, and then they get to manifest through the people we choose to be around in life. Those are the things I want. I don't actually aspire to have the shiny things and all that stuff, and I know I'll still have it, but that's not my main focus or my aspiration. My aspiration is the intangible things. And I have them within myself. That is the beauty of it, is like finding it within you first. And so I'm going to head off. I have to go dye this child hair. Yeah. And then I also have to do some other stuff. So y'all have a good day. Have a good Sunday. And I'll check in when I check in.